join the Zoom meeting, and that's got a HTTPS link to it.
Okay.
So I don't know, do I just click that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm clicking that. Now it says, re-enter your name.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I'm canceling that. I'm just trying to see what it says. It says join meeting. Let's see. Meeting ID. Gotta go back to my mail and get
I
the
believe
meeting ID.
that I wrote it down. I believe it's 392
Let me try that. 392
224
224
2336.
2336.
See if
Join.
that works.
Zoom would like to access the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Join with video.
Okay. There you are.
There you are.
See?
Yeah, you better comb your hair.
I can't see you guys. Hang on a minute.
No?
Okay, it says, I want to join. I'm just allowing all this stuff. I gotcha.
You're there?
Gotcha.
All right. Hey, this is cool stuff.
Not bad, huh?
Others,
What's that?
all using internet audio, I hit.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to hang up with you, Pam, on the phone.
I can see you and hear you now. Perfect.
Okay, I just hung you up.
Okay.
There we go. We're official.
Yoo-hoo!
Here we are.
Amazing.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
It is
So
cool.
Did you go back and listen to it last week? Did you get a chance to listen to a little bit of it?
Yes, I
A
did.
little. Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's amazing how much time that you actually take when we're just doing like this, and all of a sudden you just boom, there's 51 minutes of conversation. So
Yes. Yeah.
Which didn't amount to a whole lot. Well, we learned how to do it, so that was good.
Right.
Well, there was a lot of infrastructure we needed to go through, and I thought that was really helpful. And then once we got that done, now we can. I mean, the fact that we just did this very quickly, now we can just kind of get right into the meat of it. So
Great.
Good.
good.
Pam, you should pull the iPad as close as you can to you. Now just talk.
Why am I testing? Can you hear me?
It's better.
Okay.
Because if you get too far away, I had a little echoing going on.
Okay.
Well, I can hear you. I can hear Ben. Ben, can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
See, so
Cool.
I cheat a little bit. I have my AirPod in, so I get to hear and I get to talk from that. So
Right.
Good.
so my computer's a little bit further away. So
Yep.
very cool. So let's do this. Why don't we? I've been really impressed. Let's go back and look at, if you don't mind, if you don't mind me starting, with what Eva is producing for you on both your Facebook page and other places. What do you think about it? What has been the response? I've seen a lot of stuff come through. A lot of stuff. So it looks great.
I think she's doing an awesome job. And I think we are seeing results because we booked that paint night for Friday full.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How many people are coming?
We have 10 people.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And it all was based on what she did.
Right.
What
Right.
she
So
posted.
So let's go over. So I'm looking at your videos right now on your Facebook page. So she booked in it. So let's go over the real meat of it. So she booked the event on Facebook, right? She created an event.
Yes.
And then how did she share that event? Did she do just organic posts, or was it kind of cross-promoted from Instagram, or how'd that go?
I think she did both. I think she put it on Facebook by itself. I think she created an event, and I think she also put it on Instagram.
Very cool. Okay. So nothing like targeted or anything like that. This is just all organic so far.
Yep.
So cool. So how's the event going to go? Who's going to be kind of leading the event?
Well, if I'm there and Johanna doesn't have the baby, I'm leading it, but she's going to help me do it. And it's just going to be very informal.
Yeah.
It's a very easy paint of a glass. We're going to do a tasting. They're going to get a drink, a glass to drink. We're going to have snacks. One of the people that are coming is I used to work with at Victor. One of the people coming I used to work with at Bloomfield. Her mom is coming. There's a woman that's been to the tasting room several times. She is bringing her mom.
Perfect.
So it's across the board, but all local people.
That's so cool.
Great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, and that's always been one of our primary objectives, is trying to get
Right.
more off the road, bring more people in the tasting room. Let me ask a couple more questions. Is this the first event that you've put together on Facebook?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Events they're very powerful, because if you go into your own personal Facebook page, on the
Right.
left-hand side on your personal Facebook page, it actually says events, not only the ones that you are going to, but events around you. So if
Right.
I have a Saturday afternoon in Cazenovia that I don't have anything going on, I could simply go to that events tab and see what's happening.
That's what Eva told. I mean, Eva's very knowledgeable about this stuff. That's what she said to me. She goes, "That's where I look at all the time."
Yep. Super, super cool. So this
Yep.
could be just a jump off point, just based on the early success of it. This could be a jump off point of just simply doing other stuff and just having different unique events on a
Right.
Friday. I mean, if you had 10 people every single Friday for the next, 52 weeks, now we're cooking.
Right. Right.
That's what I was
that's-
saying to Pam yesterday. We should do one at least once a month and, try some different things. Now, this is the end of January.
Yep.
And
Right.
this is working. What is it going to be when the weather gets nice or the middle of the summer?
Yep.
I mean, it may be a great thing. There goes your festivals, all done.
There
Right.
goes your festivals. You could have a guest chef come in to do the pizzas on a Thursday night.
That's
You know,
right.
and Friday night's great. I don't want to dissect the success too much, but start with a Friday in the dead of winter. Then all of a sudden you're booking Wednesday night stuff in the middle of July.
And
Right. Right.
This was nice because we've always talked about limited space, limited parking, limited this. And we've scheduled this and we said it's closed. We have no more room.
Yep.
So this could be a really good thing, happening.
That's cool. Let's
Yeah.
make sure that Friday night, whoever is free, whether it be Eva or Pam or Herb or whomever, just grab your phone and take as many pictures as possible. We want to
Yep.
show that tasting room full with people. And that's the kind of stuff we want to show, because success is going to beget success, and people want to see that image.
We have to get permission from each and every one there, right?
It's a gray area. I would chalk this up to personal preference and personal. It's one of those things where you're in a public place. I think it's different than it was 5 years ago. That if you're in a public place, I think the expectation is you're going to be photographed at some point. Now, personally, do I think that's the right thing? Probably not. But I think this boils down to, when people are on their way out after they've had a good time, you can simply ask them, "Hey, do you mind if we put these pictures on Facebook?" Nobody's going to care, personally.
No.
No, I
Nobody-
just think it's just the
No.
Yep.
opportunity just to say, we'd like to get your permission, just ask them.
Exactly. It's the same thing as the way I see it is it's the same thing. Like I saw you just hold up a clipboard. It's the same thing to say, "Hey, can we get your information here?" Or, it may be in a scenario where you have a piece of paper when they walk in the door on Friday, or when they walk out and say, "Hey, would you guys just mind signing in or something? And would you mind putting your cell phone in case we text you with some things?" That's something I want to talk to the two of you about here too. Can we text you some things that we have coming up? Or can we let you know about some of the events that we have coming up? Because this is exactly the kind of thing I'm thinking about for a small texting platform that we could potentially put together for the two of you to say, here's an event, and then we link the Facebook event to that SMS, that text platform.
Yeah.
Then that's just another way that you get people on here to care about your event and get
Right.
people to sign up. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but that's something I've been thinking about.
Another thing that we are doing and simultaneously with this is on our website,
Mhm.
we have that little block that comes up when you go to our website.
Yep.
It's just an informational little square. So we're duplicating what Eva's been doing and putting it on there.
You can't do video though, can you?
No.
No.
But if you go to there, you'll see that event is talked about, this weekend. But it's also, we were going to do like a buy a glass, get a free tasting sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what we have. That's what we have right now on our website. Yep.
Looks great.
Yeah. Because she just put that out there too.
And that looks like it's super easy to update and just stay current with everything that you're trying to accomplish.
Exactly.
Right.
So we're
Okay.
doing Instagram, Facebook, and our website. Just
Perfect.
tying them all together. And another thing I'd like to do is, in the future, I'd like to tie in LinkedIn. So you're doing it on LinkedIn, you're doing it on your website, you're doing it on Facebook and Instagram.
I think exactly what we're talking about right now is that you've created your first event on Facebook and it sold out. When did you launch the event on Facebook?
I think maybe almost a week ago. Not
Yep.
quite, but it was filled up days ago.
So that's the story for your LinkedIn, Herb. Here's my first experience
Yep.
with a Facebook event, and we sold out within days.
Yep. I'm just writing this down.
And it could be something as simple as that. And then once you get the pictures from the event Friday night, there's your picture for your article.
Yep.
And then I would write a very simple article, or Eva could write a very simple article to say, here's my first experience. Here's my first experience with Facebook events. Boom, done.
Yep.
Yeah.
2-3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody out there that was in your shoes 3 weeks ago that does not know how to run a Facebook event and has not done it.
Right.
So even by doing one thing, you're starting to educate other people how to do it.
Yeah. And we really have to control Eva because she's already got 3-4 events that she wants to do, and I said, Eva, you can only do so much. But that's good.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing, and
She really is.
we have to talk to her about all of her events include something to give away. So I always say to her, now think about that, Eva. You're going to make this amount of money from the event. You're going to give this amount of money away. I got to pay you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You better think about, how much we can raise from that event and how much you really want to give away.
Yep. Is it always is it product that she's kind of looking at typically? Or
It
a
is.
discount or something like that?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I said to her, we have to think about giving away an experience of some kind.
Yep.
That's not going to cost anybody anything but some time, so those might be some things to discuss with her.
It might be, if these take off, like I think they might. I have some clients down in the southern tier. They do they have a distillery. They have a much larger facility, but they do a jazz and waffles event every Sunday. And it has been sold out for the last, I think, 6 weeks, every single Sunday.
That's great.
So they just the same kind of thing, just more people see more people, and then they start targeting some ads to people that are already coming to the events to say, hey, this could be you Sunday afternoon from noon to 3, cocktails and waffles and chicken and whatever else they're doing. So to your point about not giving away the farm, what we could do is that could be a partner. That could be a really good partnership with either a local artist or a local, whatever, a local cheese maker, a local whatever, let her brainstorm. That's the fun part. It could be, okay, this is what we're doing this Sunday, or this is what we're doing this Friday, just to make that one little change. So if somebody does want to come multiple times, they can have multiple different experiences.
Right.
It's not always going to be your stuff. It could be somebody else's stuff too.
Right. That's a great idea.
Oh, hang on. I lost my audio.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Do I have you again?
Go.
Yes.
All right.
No, it's him.
So here's the dot. So on the fly, my Bluetooth from my Mac just went from my AirPod to my I won't even say her name, my voice activated device behind me.
Oh. Oh man, this technology is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Now I got to reset everything. And all right, but we're still recording and we still have everything going on. So how about that?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not recording. Maybe I should just, Ben, can we just take a little break from the action here? My
Yeah.
recording button at the top is blinking. If I wanted to record it, I would just click that button, right? It has a green. I'm just going to do it now.
Do it.
This is
Yep.
Johanna.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
This is the baby.
Awesome.
This is Leo. Where are
Hi.
you, Leo? Oh, hi.
So yeah, Herb, you should be able to right at the top there. So what
Yes.
mine says is now it's kind of a flashing red light
yep.
and it says
What-
recording next to it.
Yeah. And Andy Blair was here last Friday. He said, make sure your green light in the top middle of your screen is on, and it's on. So we're recording.
You should be good.
Yeah.
So it should save to a folder on your desktop that says Zoom.
Yep.
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 So here's what I did with that was I took that video, I uploaded it all to YouTube. I got it off my hard drive because it was a big file. I mean, it was 52 minutes of video. It's a big file.
Right. Right.
I got it up to YouTube. I didn't do much with the description, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that video and these subsequent videos for basically a fountain of content about what we ever want to talk about on LinkedIn. So if there's ever something you want to write about on LinkedIn, just go back to one of these topics
Exactly.
and it's right there. So sure, I like to take notes as much as the next person, but when I'm walking the dogs and I need some inspiration to talk about anything business-wise, I'll continue to come back to these.
Right. Right. Now, Friday, we're meeting with Andy Blair again at 7:00 in the morning.
Mhm.
And we're talking about storage, how we store these videos and those sorts of things.
Yep.
So I'll let you know after our meeting on Friday, what we come up with.
What he's
So-
probably going to say, my opinion is, what he's probably going to say is to get an external hard drive, just one of
Which
those.
I have.
Which you have.
I
So-
have one. I just got to get it synced into this MacBook Pro. So that's what we're going to do on Friday.
Perfect.
Then we can
So-
store all these in that.
Yep, exactly. So what he's probably going to say is all you have to do is tell Zoom where you want to keep them,
Yep.
and just change the folder of where you want it to go, and then just make sure that your external hard drive is plugged in.
I did not take that
'Cause then
one.
it'll just automatically save right to that desk.
Yep. Yep.
So how did the rest of the since we're on technology, how did the rest of the technology that you talked with him about, or is there any other issues that you have?
I didn't have any other issues. When he got here, I had found the Zoom, but he showed me, because when you sent the video to me, I got a 15-minute clip that I could watch.
Mhm.
But the 51 minutes was still there, and he showed me how to play the entire video. So
Cool.
then we created that folder Zoom on our iMac Pro. So this recording now will go in there.
He must have thought it was pretty cool.
He did. He'd used it a little, but not as much as we have.
Cool.
So yeah, this Friday we're talking more about storage.
Good.
What else?
Because it
are we gonna
will-
talk about?
because It will chew up a lot eventually. So it just need to be. I mean, storage is so cheap. You can get about a 3 or 4 or 5 terabyte external hard drive for nothing. So
right.
good.
And then he talked about using iCloud, and
Yeah.
we'll see what he comes up with.
So for these,
Excuse me.
that's how I'm going to use it. Is I'm going to upload the entire thing to YouTube, just so I have it mobile, basically to its own cloud, so I
Yep.
can access it at any time. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this function off of my MacBook Pro, and I'm going to put it on my really, really big media PC. So instead of sitting, which is upstairs, so instead of sitting here at this, I'm actually going to be doing it upstairs in kind of like a lounge style office. So I'm
Nice.
getting all that set up. But what I'm going to do is that's going to download to my PC, which I have all my editing software on. And then what I'm going to do is I'll be able to grab little clips, little 15, 30, 60-second clips that I can put on things like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Because if we try to take a 51-minute video, it will go on Facebook, but it won't go on Instagram, and it won't go on LinkedIn, because the LinkedIn videos are only going to be a maximum of 10 minutes.
Okay.
So if we want to, it is, because I know LinkedIn is big on your priority list, which it should be. So what I can do is, and this is something maybe I can work on with Eva, is grabbing that stuff. Like with you, you have a brand new MacBook Pro. You're not going to have any problems with editing or anything like that. You'll simply probably use iMovie for your clips.
Yeah.
But for me, I have storage issues on this because this is a 5.
And I'm going to probably keep it on. Oh, hang on. There goes my microphone again.
You went away. Yep.
Oh, hang on.
I was going to say, I just lost him. Yep.
Hang on.
Pam, what else did we talk with? I tried to see we talked with Andy.
We talked with him about how to record.
All right, got it.
Zoom recording. We talked about the LinkedIn videos.
Good.
And I kind of talked them through how we did it. We did it on our iPhone, and then it appears on your LinkedIn on the MacBook Pro. So I said, if that works, fine. And then remember I mentioned to you, he has a piece of software that we could download, and I'm going to ask him about that Friday.
Okay.
So we could both maybe benefit from that. We did set up, we had 2 or 3 Dropboxes going on this brand new MacBook Pro. What we did is we set up one. So now we have a Dropbox just for ourselves. So,
perfect.
Which is good. So we did that. This Friday also, we're talking about Apple IDs amongst our iPads, iPhones, and the MacBook Pro. I mean, we have different things going on, so we're going to reset that all up so it's all functional, and then iCloud also.
Good.
What else?
I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and the storage issue.
That's a lot.
So we're
that's
going
a
to
lot.
talk about the storage on Friday too.
Okay. Good.
Andy's really good. If you're organized, you can talk about 5-10 subjects in about a half hour.
Yeah.
That's how quick he is. He just knows this stuff.
So what do you want to have happen? You have a pretty good sense. I know you've been thinking a lot about it. What do you want to have happen on LinkedIn, and what kind of content do you want to put on LinkedIn?
Well, my goal this year is kegs. That's my number one goal. My number one focus is kegs, and also continuing to bring our business back home. We've eliminated a lot of festivals, and if I can eliminate more festivals by people coming to our tasting room, and we can make as much money as we did going to a festival, we're not going to do the festival. We're going to do more at home. So Pam and I just talked about this, and we're going to be open more and more. I mean, right now, here it is, January. Our Saturdays have been extremely busy at our tasting room. Well, I'm going to start telling people we're open on Friday and see what happens. I might open on Thursday. I just want to keep bringing things back home, and it's working now. I just want to continue working on that. But LinkedIn, it's the keg advertising and any special things we do, like this special event for Friday. Tell people about that. I might even talk about some of the things that we've accomplished with Andy Blair, some simple things like the Dropbox, storage, Apple IDs. Those are all important things that you could have your business really, really working well with each other.
Yep.
To me, that's, doing your homework and making sure all that background is working. And then you don't have to worry about it once it's working.
Well, and that's it, is that there's another LinkedIn article for you, or a LinkedIn video for you right there.
Yep.
Is what you're doing with him is, the storage and all the other stuff.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's why I like this format, is because I want to not only use it as a pillar piece of content, but everything we talk about can become an article or a targeted piece of content.
Right. Eva is, you know the video that I sent you on LinkedIn? About the kegs and the different sizes and things?
Yeah. Yep.
She's redoing that video. That's the video, the one she's redoing is the one we're going to use for LinkedIn. So I'm going to
Okay.
start, sending this out to people that I know, and they're going to get the video and see what happens. Now, tomorrow, I've set up like a tentative meeting with this Courtney. Courtney is part of Dudak Homes. It's a real estate organization that I talked to back when we were at the Purple Painted Lady. So we've been following up, and I've been following up with her. Finally, I got her to respond back to me. So I was there yesterday. I stopped in and said, is Courtney here? Nope. I said, when is she here? Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. So I talked to one of the ladies. She's a broker there. She goes, I'll make sure that Courtney's here at 10 o'clock. I said, I'll be here. So
Good.
Hopefully we have a meeting to say hi, and can we do some things together this year,
Good. Who else, in addition to, that's a perfect example. Who else do you want to reach on LinkedIn?
Well, another person that I've been really trying to get in contact with is Craig Webster, who has our kegs and has our ciders at his real estate organization, and also the Men's Room, which is a high-end men's organization for salon. They have our product there. So what Pam said, and I agree with her, I'm going to get in the car someday when they're open, and I'm going to go over there. And I'm going to go to the Men's Room, and I'm going to walk in and just say, this is who I am. I'm going to wear my vest.
Yep.
I'm going to take some bottles of Fusion with me, and I'm going to either try to meet with him or his wife. One of them has to be there because that business is run by his wife. So I would assume one of them would be there. But if they're not, I'll leave my card, leave my bottle of Fusion, and I'll call them that evening and say, hey, I was there.
Good. How many other salons like that or real estate companies like that do you want to are within a realistic driving distance from where you are?
Well, this is what I was talking to Evan, and we're going to kind of split it up. I said, let me take, where we're at towards Syracuse. I'll do that one. You take where we're at in Bloomfield towards Buffalo. And we'll kind of research it out and see what we can find.
Yep.
And then we'll compare notes. And, if I could find 10 or 15, that would be great, and then see what happens.
I'm thinking that we should try to target some real estate people that do commercial real estate.
Right.
Because I don't know of too many places that just show homes in our area, and our area here, and Victor and Fairport, that offer that kind of a thing for people when they walk in to see a house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the two people that I've talked to, it's 2 for 2. I mean, Craig Webster got a hold of us, but when we were at Purple Painted Lady, this person that works there at Dudak Homes, Brandy, she's the one that said, we need to get your product in there. And she bought some product and took it home with her. And she shared it with Courtney, because Courtney said, I've already had your wines and Fusion, and we really like them. And she said, through our discussions from the first of the year where they're doing all their planning for the year, you're going to be part of that. So Courtney got back to me and she said, you have been part of this. We want to do some things with you. So that's why I'm following up tomorrow to find out, if we can start doing some things.
So the first concentration I'm hearing is residential real estate, right?
Yep.
And a lot of times those are grouped into, Century 21 or ERA or Berkshire Hathaway. I'm trying to think what else we have here in town. Like those. And a lot of times it is 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 agents in one office.
Yes.
Right.
So there's like a Berkshire Hathaway of Casanova. There's a Berkshire Hathaway of Skinny Atlas. There's a Berkshire Hathaway of Canandaigua kind of thing. So that would be the residential side. The second one I'm hearing is the commercial real estate. Somebody who brokers the retail building or rents out to Subway or the liquor store or the developers kind of, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is, Ben,
Yep, go ahead.
I've talked to Craig Webster. I said, we need to get your literature at our place because we have many people out of state that come here and say, where can we stay?
Yep.
Well, I think I told you this, but Craig also offers large groups, like 15, 20 people that come all together. You can stay overnight in these places that he has available. I said, Craig, I said, if I have your literature, I said, I'd be more than welcome to advertise for you, and
Yep.
tell people about you. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow with Courtney. Being
Good.
so close, they're only 5 miles from us. I said,
Right.
give me some literature. I said, I'll give it to the people who come here.
Mm-hmm.
We do get a lot of people from out of the area that are
Oh, I'm
asking,
sure you do.
where do we stay?
Exactly.
So
What else would you group in with salons? So salons and what else? What other? I mean, not really barber shops, but
well, I was thinking, Ben, high-end car dealerships like Audi, Jaguar, Mercedes. I have a message here I've got to read. This meeting has been upgraded by the host and now includes unlimited minutes. That was you, Ben?
I didn't do anything. Maybe.
Somebody did something. It just says this meeting has been upgraded by the host and now includes unlimited minutes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay.
I don't know why I got it, but nope, I didn't get a voice thing. But I'll just say
I
okay.
say places like Del Monte Spa in Pittsburgh,
Right.
Marabou,
Yep.
Skinny Atlas,
Yep.
those kinds of places. There are some out Canandaigua way too.
Yep.
Maybe Mountain Horse Farm there.
Right. Right.
Oh, wait. It does say, it says a gift from Zoom running out of time. We removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Okay. Oh, whoops. I'm on the wrong thing. I said, love it. Okay, cool. So they're gonna hit me up with an offer for something here shortly. So just
I'm
wait.
sure
Just
they
wait.
are. Sure they are.
So I think the number for me is, so like spa, I would group spas and salons probably in the same category.
Yeah.
Is what I would say. So I have residential real estate, commercial real estate, salons and spas, and car dealerships. Is there anything above and beyond those four that we want to kind of think about right now?
The other one is like Bethel Woods.
Yep.
Your performing arts centers, there's one in Saratoga. There's one right here in Canandaigua. Just contacting them and just asking them. But that's a different animal because you're not working directly with the decision maker. You're working with a Sarkis or somebody like that, a third party.
Yep.
That does the catering for them.
Oh, I agree with you.
That's okay. I mean, that's okay.
No, it is, and we've identified that people can appreciate what we're offering at places like that, or we wouldn't be doing business with Bethel Woods. So there has to be other facilities in the area that could see the same kind of value proposition. And here's the kicker: is that if they ask for a referral of a venue of that size, guess what? We have it.
Right.
We can now provide that, which is great.
Right.
So here's the balance that I like, and this is why I ask so many questions when it comes up to creating a list and a plan of attack when it comes to getting our message out on social media, is I want to make the list very large, but I don't want to make it completely insurmountable. I want to have a plan when it comes into place. So with these 5, what I would consider pillars is kind of the word I'll use. We need to break it up into now what areas. So you had just mentioned like you're going to be Canandaigua east to Syracuse, and if Ev is going to be Canandaigua west to Rochester, Buffalo. Now it comes down to basically putting together a spreadsheet in these 5 pillars of all the places you want to do business in. So that's a simple Google search. I mean, that is as simple as it gets. So if I say Camillus, just Camillus, I would do this. Here's what I would do. I would do Camillus at the top, and then I would have all of the 5 categories going across. and then list every salon in Camillus, every commercial real estate in Camillus, every, not going to be too many concert venues in Camillus, but you get my
Right.
point.
Right.
So that when we're done, we have a list of 250 businesses that we could potentially network with on LinkedIn. So here's kind of going back to what we talked about last week. Now here comes the work. Now we have to go on to LinkedIn and find every single one of those people that work at those facilities.
Yep.
Then when we say we have Berkshire Hathaway in Skaneateles, we have the 7 people that work at Berkshire Hathaway. That's Herb sitting down with Eva doing a 7-second video to say, hey, we love Skaneateles. If you work at Berkshire Hathaway, would love to give you a call about a brand new product we're offering. Much more eloquently than that, we have to think about that. But you get my drift.
Right.
The more targeted we can make for every 7-second video, the better the conversion rate, because they think they are talking to us.
Right.
That's where we're going to see traction. Let's say it's Pam Raymor works for Caldwell Banker in Rochester. Hey, Pam at Caldwell, would love for you to come down to our tasting room. We have a brand new event coming up on Friday. It is a purple painted lady event at Raymor. Hope to see you there. Text me at this number.
Yep.
So for one full day, if you could sit down with Eva and have your script after we've done all of this work.
Yes.
With your script,
Yep.
Every 7 seconds.
Yep. I talked to her about it and she's on board. So
Cool.
she's right now putting together taking that video that I mentioned to you and redoing it, and we're going to, add
Good.
some things to it and sit down with her, and then we'll have that done. So
Good. Here's going to be the hard part is when you do a strategy like this, and I call this scaling the unscalable. It's going to be hard to have every single one of them perfect.
Right.
Speed is going to be more important than perfection. So even if you flub your words, even if you don't feel comfortable sending out that video, quite frankly, it's not going to matter.
Right.
The fact that you took the time to do it, the fact that you found Pam Raymor at Caldwell Banker in Canandaigua and sent her a personalized message to say, hey, here's our brand new keg system. Would love to come in and talk to you about it. Then you cut and paste the video that Eva's going to do.
Right.
So you can do both. It's the 7-second intro that's personalized. Then it's the cut and paste video, which then, here's the other kicker, which that video should be perfect.
Let me ask you something, Ben. On that 7-second video, if you come out with something you really like, is there a way of just changing the name? Like Ben, Pam, George. Is there a way of just going in and editing and just putting a new name in?
Yes. I'm hesitating because the only reason I'm hesitating is because I've done a lot of video editing in my day.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to match up the tone, the inflection. If I had you right now say,
I know what you mean.
It's hard.
Yeah. Well, if we have a 7-second video and I have it written down, I can just say it, just keep saying it over and over with a different name each time.
I think it's, hey, Pam at Caldwell Banker, would love for you to watch this video and talk to you. Hey, Herb at Caldwell Banker, would love for you to watch this video.
Just keep doing it over and over.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the reason it feels weird and feels odd is because nobody else is doing it. When's the last time you ever got a message that was personalized to you?
No.
Yeah. You
get this because this is kind of easy. There goes my microphone again.
Yeah.
Huh. So bizarre.
I can hear you.
You still hear me when that happens?
Is it something I do here?
Say it again.
No.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about these new. I think after 15 minutes they just kind of default back in case you forgot about them or something. I'm not sure. I'm still learning how to use them, quite frankly. So, who knows?
Oh dear. Yeah.
but that's the hard work that I'm discussing that is going to make it potentially frustrating because it will be a lot of work, but number two, potentially very rewarding because you're doing the hard work.
I was saying to Pam, this year here, I've changed a lot from January 1st and how I respond to people, what I take on and so forth. And I told her, I said, I just want to do one thing, and that's the kegs. And I want to do a really good job at that. Don't care about the wine trail as much. I don't care about the festivals. I don't care about this and that. I'm going to concentrate just on this because, you know, we are so limited on our time. We have to be careful because if you got 5, 6 things going, they're all done equally and they're all done okay. I want this done, and I just want to do it 100% and more because I really think it'll pay off in the end because that there satisfies our goal about bringing our business back home.
Yep.
So if the kegs are working, the business is coming back home.
And that also captures that Monday through Thursday business, so it's not putting as much pressure on the tasting room on the weekends.
That's right.
Right. And that's what my focus, I think, is going to be. To try to come up with something that is going to be like every Tuesday night, or this, you know, something like that. That's going to be here. We're going to put in a little bocce ball court. I said I would like to make some. You know, it could be Tuesday night bocce, and teams come at different times, and that's the only people that are here.
Yep.
So it's that kind of a thing.
I love it. Find out, you know, this is the nice part about it is you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can simply go out on Facebook and see what's happening.
Right.
See what other people are doing.
All we got to do is say to Eva, can you check that out? It'd be done.
Yep.
Well,
you know, I think for me,
I know how to do that too. So I can do some of that.
Right.
Exactly. I'm down to about 8 or 9 minutes. I apologize. So here's what I think the big takeaways are for me. There's a lot of homework that I'm hearing. There's a lot of research that needs to go into the next week or so. My takeaway, and I can see Pam taking notes, which is always appreciated.
I'm going to listen to the video.
See, perfect. You're already ahead of it. I think it is those 5 pillars that we discussed of where the two of you want to do business with your keg business, which is going to be really profitable, super, you know, Monday through Thursday business. It's also not going to be the fold up and put it in your pocket marketing. What's going to happen is it's going to grow your brand even further than what we've done over in the past. Somebody's going to see your keg on tap at a salon in Camillus, and they're going to Google it there while they're getting their hair done. It's going to do all of those things. So the hard work is this. Those 5 pillars in all of the cities that you want to do business in. And it's a simple Google search to say salons in Sodus Bay.
Right.
Or commercial real estate in Lackawanna. Or, you know, all of those things.
Right.
So it's going to be somebody that is extremely diligent, extremely patient, and extremely organized to put together this list. Because then you're going to transpose that list. You're going to go over to you're going to go over to LinkedIn and start searching those businesses. So Caldwell Banker in Lackawanna, that goes into your search bar at LinkedIn. And that's where you're going to see all of the employees that work at Caldwell Banker in Lackawanna.
Yep.
Then it's invite. Out of the 10 invites, we get 2 accepted invites. Those are the 2 people we're making videos for.
Got it.
It's going to be a lot of work, but again, nobody is doing this.
No.
Right.
No. And if we have Craig Webster going, if I can get this other real estate organization going, then I've got 2 working, and then I can work on the others, you know?
Exactly.
Which would be great. So.
Yep. And that's the nice part is that even if, and this goes back to one of my new theories, is even if you make 250 videos and 10 of them respond, guess what? I bet you 200 of those people still saw the video and decided not to reach back out.
Right.
Right.
You're still building your brand, even
Right.
if somebody doesn't engage.
Right. And then if they happen to see you out at an event or out somewhere, they'll
Mhm.
recognize you.
Mhm.
So,
So I think that's the homework. I think it's going to be a very big project.
Yeah.
But I love the events. I love what I'm seeing here. I love the mindset of coming up with different events. And I think when it comes to Eva, I think we need to come up with more events, maybe even think
For larger events, maybe outside.
Yeah.
This keeps happening. This is very annoying. I'm gonna have to figure this out before next week. Once we have the larger events, we'll have to figure out how to target the larger audiences,
Right.
right.
which I think would be
a kind of a natural progression.
Now you just come back in, Ben, whatever.
I
you
know. I'm sorry. I got to figure this out.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You know, I think
Hey, this is part of the learning process.
It is. I think figuring out that part of it and just kind of retargeting the larger audiences as you continue to grow the local brand. It's just going to be a natural progression.
Any
ahead.
specific things that she should be doing differently, do you think?
No,
Okay.
I think here's the zone that you're in, and it's still the zone that I'm in 10 years later, is she's trying different things. And the reason I keep saying to try different things is because you never know what's going to stick. You never know.
Right.
So just the fact that she's producing different forms of content, just keep trying different stuff.
Right.
Okay.
I put my silly Fortnite clips on my Instagram story last night. I got 24 messages of people just laughing on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And it was just completely goofy and had nothing to do with any of my business, but it's part of what I do on a weekly basis. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's part of my leisure, and people responded to it.
Yeah. She
You
said,
know-
I have some questions for Ben too. I said, just email him, just Facebook him, just
All the
he'll
time.
answer you.
Text me, send me a message, LinkedIn, any of those things. Absolutely.
What
Okay.
I will do with this video here that we're taking, hopefully it's in my Zoom, I'm going to put it in our Dropbox and then I'll invite Eva to look at it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she can review all that we've done, so she's up to speed. Ben,
Yep.
one other thing is we have some sales deck items that we need to get kind of fixed. You
Yep.
want me to just send them like in an email?
Let's send them in an email, and that's something that we can get done before next week's call. Let's get that, and then if and I apologize, if we had more time, we could actually do
Okay.
with this format. We could
Yeah.
actually do it live. We could actually do it live. Instead of me sending screenshots to you, we could actually do it live, share my screen, and we could actually do those, which would be kind of cool.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, we can save one to do.
See, there you go.
Do it next week. Yeah.
I have some photos that I need to send to you. So what I'll do is I'll probably text the photo to you.
Mhm.
And then the email, I'll just write down what we need to have done.
That's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Send me the bullet points, and then hopefully we'll get it done before then. And then I like Pam's idea. Let's keep one that we can do live, and it'd be kind of fun.
Well, we have to create a wine bullet type sheet like we did with the fusions and the ciders for the sales deck. So maybe we could do that live.
Let's do it. Let's put
You
that
could
in our
use-
notes
You
for
could
next
use
week.
you could use the
When-
format of the cider, and we could actually make the changes live.
That'd be easy.
And I'll send you the photo that
One
goes on
second.
there.
I'm
And you
almost
can put
done.
it in and
Almost done.
we
bud.
review it online and we'd say, yep, we're good.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool. I think in terms
One
of
other question.
yeah, please.
When you get photos through a text, are they good quality for you, or should they be sent differently?
For what we're doing, they are okay. I think the email ones are always better because they're a higher resolution.
Well, I'll just send it to you in the email then.
Yeah,
Let's
that's why I
do
was
that.
just wondering.
Yeah,
Okay.
attach them to that with the bullet points.
Yeah.
Then I can just save them on my desktop, and I can show you how I update them too.
Right.
Okay.
I'll probably send you multiple emails because I only have one picture per email and
Yep.
it seems to go better. So,
Oh yeah, I mean those files once you get going, they get huge, and if you hit a certain threshold, it'll get kicked back to you and says you have to do it as a Dropbox or a Google Drive or something, and that's just a mess. So
that is another way we could go, Ben, is I could put them in my Dropbox. I could send you an invitation.
Off of here?
we could do that too. Yeah. Absolutely.
we could do that. And do you think that's better quality?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't I do that?
Do
I'll
that.
Put them in
Send
the
me a Google Drive
Dropbox,
invite.
and I'll
Yep.
send you an invitation.
Yep, let's do that. I think the scaling this that we've outlined, it's going to take a long time. And I think in the meantime, it's not like it's all going to happen one day and then we start recording.
Right.
It's gonna be an incremental process. So we're gonna get 5 or 6 cities that we can target for what we're trying to do. Then we can have you start recording your videos, targeting them while we're still prospecting over here.
Right.
So it's gonna be not like we have to do 250 videos in one day. I'm
Right.
hoping we can do 15 to 20 in a week, get those out, see what the response is. If we're getting great response, we're going to do more of that. If we're not getting great response, let's change it up a little bit. So
We used to call it like an evergreen process.
there you
It's
go.
always growing.
It's
You know,
exactly what it is.
Always doing, always growing,
That's when it works well. That's exactly right.
Right. You don't want it to stop.
Right. Exactly.
You want it to keep
So-
going. So
Cool. Well,
You
I
gotta
don't
go.
know about the two of you, but I'm enjoying this format. This is great.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, it saves so much time, Ben, because if
Right.
10 minutes ago you said something, I go back on the video and
Yep.
I go to that area and I listen to what you said.
There you go. And then Eva can
Yeah.
do it. She can be working in parallel. It all becomes more efficient.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So much more. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's find out. Let's find out if they recorded together.
I'll let you know.
All right.
All right.
All
Thanks
right,
for your
thank
time.
you.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.